Hi, my name is Jackie, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to install GastroPlus. What you see is an outline of the overall process, which I will briefly explain, and then I will demonstrate the actual installation of the program. The first step in the process is to unzip or uncompress the GastroPlus-9.8.zip file. Once extracted, run as administrator on the file called setup.exe to start the process of acquiring the host ID for licensing, installation of the Flexera licensing server, and finally the installation of GastroPlus and all its files. When this step has completed, you will need to send slp_hostid_info.txt to licensing@simulations-plus.com. We will process that file and send back a file called licensefile.lic, which will then need to be imported into the Flexera licensing server. Once that is done, you will double-click GastroPlus and a window will pop up where you will select to specify the license server system and input localhost in the text box. Then GastroPlus will start up. Now, let me show you how to do it. So before we begin, you must have administrative privileges on your machine. If you do not have it, you will need to get help from your IT department. You will also need to make sure your Java is up to date. To ensure it is up to date, search for the Java website, navigate to it, download the latest update, and install it. At the end of this video, I will provide a few common errors that you may encounter during the installation process, which are easy to fix. Now that you are ready to install, we may begin. Once you have the installation file in your Downloads folder, you will notice that it's a compressed folder. You will need to extract the files inside by clicking on the folder, locate the Extract tab, then click on the Extract All button. When this window pops up, just click on Extract. Once extracted, double-click on the folder to view the files inside. Locate Setup, then right-click and select Run as Administrator. When the administrative window prompts, make sure you press Yes. Then the installation menu will open. You will then click on GastroPlus 9.8. GastroPlus requires these packages to already be installed on your system. Click on Install and the required items will be installed. As you can see, the 2008 SP1 redistributable package is already included during this installation. We will see this again in a bit. Once all items have been installed, the GastroPlus installation wizard will begin. Click on Next to begin the installation. The license agreement will be displayed here, and if you agree to the terms, click on Yes to continue. In this window, be sure to click on Standalone since we are doing a standalone installation. Then press Next. Here, select the option Acquire Host ID for Licensing. When you click Next, a notification window will pop up telling you the file has been saved to your desktop, and to email it to licensing, which is licensing@simulations-plus.com. This file is required to create your license file, so don't forget to send it. In this window, we need to install the Flexera license server. If you already have it installed, it will let you know. Otherwise, click Next to start the license server installation. First, the installation introduction screen will display. Click Next to continue. Now you will be presented with an option to select the installation folder. Unless there is a specific need to change the location, the default location is recommended. Click Next to continue. If needed, you can import existing licensing data, but this can usually be skipped. Leave the default settings and click Next. The installer has the information needed to begin installing files. Click the Install button to continue. The license server requires C++ 2008 redistributable package to be installed, but since we already installed it from earlier, uncheck this box. The HTTP port configuration options will now appear. For most installations, the default values are sufficient. Then click Next. Now the service configuration options will be displayed. Be sure to check mark Run as a Service option, then click Next. In this window, we want to start the server now, so make sure Start Server Now is checkmarked, then click Next. When the server starts, a browser window will open. You should see FlexNet Publisher in the top left corner. This is where you will need to import your license file, but we will come back to that in a bit when I get mine. Click on Done to complete the license server install. The GastroPlus installation will now begin. Select the installation directory for GastroPlus. Unless you have a specific need to install it in a different directory, the default location is recommended. Then click on Next. The installer has the information it needs to continue. Click on Install to install GastroPlus on your machine. Click on Finish to complete the installation. GastroPlus is now installed on your machine. The next step is to email our licensing department at licensing@simulations-plus.com with your SLP host ID info.txt file in order for them to generate a license file for you. Now that I have my license file from the licensing department, we can go ahead with importing the license file. Open up a browser window and type in http://localhost:8090. Then press Enter. Once the page loads, click on the Administration tab, which can be found in the upper right-hand corner. A login window will pop up. The default username and password is admin, then hit Submit. You will be prompted to change your password. However, we recommend keeping it the same just in case you forget it a year from now when it will be time to import a new license file into the system. You will need to enter the old password, which is admin, and then enter the new password in the next two fields. Click on Save when you are satisfied. You have successfully changed your password. To import the license file, click on Vendor Daemon Configuration, which can be found in the lower left-hand corner of the browser. Once there, click on the Import License button in the top left corner. Click on the Browse button and select your license file, then click Open. Ensure that the Overwrite License File on License Server is checked just in case you're replacing an old expired license. Then click Import License. You should have received two messages that you have successfully uploaded the license file and that your vendor daemon was configured. Then click OK. You may now see what your license file contains by clicking on Dashboard in the upper right-hand corner. Just below the word Licenses, you will see a button named Concurrent. Click on that, and in the section below, you will be able to see all that you are licensed for. For this example, I have 3 licenses available for everything in here, and the expiration date isn't until 2022, so I'm good until then when I will need to import a new license file into FlexNet Publisher. Now it's time to open up GastroPlus so we can connect it to our license. The FlexNet License Finder dialog will be displayed the first time you run it. Select Specify the License Server System option, then press Next. You will be asked to enter the name of the license server. You can input localhost or 127.0.0.1, then press Next. The License Finder dialog should display that it has completed, then click on Finish to run the application. When you first open GastroPlus, it loads a demo drug database called gasdemo.mdb. The demo version has limited functionality, so either create an entirely new drug database or create a copy of this drug database. After doing this, you will find all functionality is activated and you're good to go. What if during installation of the Flexera server you got an error telling you this? Continue installation, then manually install it afterwards. Be sure your Java is up to date before manually installing. Navigate to the installation folder, find Advanced, then right-click and select Run as Administrator. When the administrative window prompts, make sure you press Yes. The GastroPlus Advanced menu will now appear. Select Flexera LM Admin Server to start the installation. The steps are the same as earlier in the video. If after starting the server you get this unable to connect error message, simply restart your computer and it should fix the problem. An alternative is to open the Services window, locate LM Admin, right-click and select Start, and it should connect. Resetting the LM Admin server is also needed if you get this import error message, unable to reread license files for vendor SimPlus. Thank you for watching this video. If you run into any problems during the installation process, please send us an email at support@simulations-plus.com and we'll be happy to help. For any other inquiries that are not related to the installation process, please send us an email at info@simulations-plus.com. Thank you and have a great day.